Cool. So today I'm going to walk you through the barbell row, another super important compound lift that's going to help you build that lean muscle so we can get that tone look. We can build a bit more muscle. Not going to turn us into a bodybuilder, but it's just going to help us build that lean muscle so we can have that lean and athletic look that you've been following me for. Cool. And just a reminder, we focus on these compound lifts because we haven't got hours and hours to spend in the gym doing 10 different exercises for each different muscle group. So today, we're going to be focusing on that barbell row, which is going to work your back. It's going to work all the major muscles in your back, your traps, your lats, and all the smaller muscles across the back, so we can build that lean and athletic look. Cool. So how we're going to start this off? Yeah, we're going to adjust the pegs. We're going to get the barbell to a nice height so we can actually lift it off for the barbell row. And again, in your gym, this might look a little bit different, but to be fair, all of these hooks, they all work in a fairly similar manner. What you typically need to do, you need to twist it, push it out, and then pick the height that you want, and then just slide it straight back in, as you see me doing in the video, somewhere over here or over here. Again, if you're really new in the gym, don't be shy. Like, feel free, ask someone, sorry, excuse me, how do I adjust these things? People are more than happy to help. Everyone's had that first time in the gym. Even me myself, if I'm in a new gym, I might not really know how the hooks work. So don't be afraid to ask anyone. And obviously take your time in this video. I had to really take my time and make sure that it was straight. Again, this one, it's not at the end of the world if the bar isn't straight. If it's a bit vertical, horizontal, whatever you want to call that. Yeah, but it's not the end of the world, but it'll just make it a little bit easier, a little bit safer, and it's good practice. So yeah, make sure it's straight when you're adjusting that. Where you want to be lifting it off from, it should probably just be just above your knees. That's a nice height to be able to lift it off from. Somewhere between your knees and your hips should be good to lift off from. So here, where you want to grip the bar, you probably want to grip it just outside of the shoulder width. Again, it's up to you what you want to do with this. Fairly standard grip would be just outside of your shoulders. But again, here, if you're going to go for a more narrow grip, you're going to end up working your lats a little bit more. You're going to work your lower back a bit more. The wider grip is going to help you work your upper back a bit more. But here, you don't need to get into the technicalities too much. Just outside of your shoulder width, as you see me doing in the video. Step back away from the squat rack to give yourself a bit of room to move. From here, what you want to do, you want to squeeze your glutes to give you that nice and straight posture. Then from here, you want to hinge your hips back a little bit while slightly bending your knees without pushing them forwards. And then you want to lower the barbell as far down as you can, straighten those arms, lower the barbell as far down as you can without rounding your back. You want to keep your back neutral. And you don't need to be completely flat. You don't need to be completely horizontal. Here we want to look for about a 45-degree angle. But the main thing is that your back needs to be neutral, needs to be nice and straight. So then you end up in that starting position where you're at that 45-degree angle, your back is neutral, it's nice and straight, your arms are fully lowered as far as they can go, hips are hinged backwards, and then the bar ends up being somewhere just in front of your toes, just across your toes. And then from here, what you're going to do, how you're going to start the movement, so you're driving your elbows back, bringing the weight towards your hip. You're leading with your elbows, you're keeping your core tight, your back is remaining straight. Keep facing. Here we want to make sure we're facing, our eyes are down, and then again, once you get up all the way towards the body, you want to just lower it straight back down to where it came from, all the way, all the while keeping your back neutral, your back straight, engaging that core so there's not too much movement in the upper body. Back down to where we came from, then you repeat that. Drive the elbows, keep the core tight, keep the back straight. And then again, this is one of those movements where you always want to start off on a super lightweight and get really comfortable with the technique. Get super comfortable. I know I always speak about lifting that heavy weight so we can build that lean muscle. But again, whenever we're getting to those heavier weights, you always want to start off on the lower weights where you can get comfortable with the movement, get comfortable with the technique. Then from there, we increase the weight. So again, when you're working this one into your routine, do 3 to 4 sets, aim for maybe about 6 reps. And obviously start off on the lighter side, get comfortable with the technique. Then when you're doing your 6 sets and you're making it heavy, and when we say making it heavy, you can't make this as heavy as your deadlifts or as your squats because you haven't got the whole weight of your body behind this. But to put it into context, maybe you want to aim for about 25% of whatever you're squatting, somewhere like that. 25% of whatever you're squatting, maybe half of what you typically put on your bench press at the heaviest. Somewhere in that range should make it heavy enough for you. And of course, either way, you're going to just keep pushing from there. You want to get to the point where it feels heavy, and how you know it's heavy is if you're aiming for 6 reps, by the time you're doing the 4th rep, the 5th rep, the 6th rep, you should be thinking, oh, I kind of wish I stopped at 4. That's how you know it's heavy enough. It doesn't need to be so heavy that the technique is being compromised, but just heavy enough that we're thinking, "Oh, I wish I stopped 2 or 3 reps ago." Make sure you're actually taking off the weights and putting them back, looking after your gym, making sure it's a clean space. It's the kind of space that you want to be able to go in there and enjoy your workout. And cool, if you want a better idea of how you're going to fit this into the rhythm, how you're going to fit this into your routine, DM me active and I'll send you my Simply Lean blueprint for free. So you have the free workout plan, so you know how to structure this throughout your week in and around the other workouts. And you're going to have that nutrition guide as well to help you with that side of things. Like the video, follow me on Instagram, and then after that, you know the drill. Go eat your vegetables. Go eat some mushrooms today. Mushrooms, great source of fiber. Got a bit of protein in them as well, and they just taste nice. Go eat your vegetables. Enjoy your day. Blessings.